Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will start NCLX preparation part 5. So let's begin. We will start with 21st question. A client with a hemophilia has a nosebleed. Which nursing action is most appropriate to control the bleeding? And the options are: place the client in sitting position, administer Tylenol, pinch the soft lower part of the nose, or apply the ice pack to the forehead. And what will be the correct answer? Answer C. Pinch the soft lower part of the nose. And why it is so? Cause the direct pressure to the nose can only stop the bleeding. Answer A, B, and D are incorrect because they do not stop the bleeding. The options: place the client in sitting position, administration of Tylenol, and applying the ice pack to the forehead. These all methods do not stop the nosebleed. Thus, these all are incorrect. And pinch the soft lower part of the nose and the applying pressure to the soft lower part of the nose will stop the bleeding. Hence, answer C is correct. Moving on further, number 22. A client has had a unilateral adenectomy to remove a tumor. The most important measurement in the immediate post-operative period for the nurse to take is: number A, the blood pressure; number B, the temperature; number C, the urinary output; and number D, the specific gravity of the urine. Which will be the most immediate post-operative measurement? So the correct answer is the blood pressure. And why it is so? Blood pressure is the best indicator of the cardiovascular collapse in the client who had an adrenal gland removed. The remaining gland might have been suppressed due to tumor activity. Temperature would be an indicator of the infection. Decreased output would be the clinical manifestation but would take longer to occur than blood. Pressure changes and specific gravity changes occur with other disorder. So, as we can see, the temperature can be the sign of the infection. Urinary output and specific gravity of the urine can be seen because of other disorders. But the most important thing, the blood pressure, which should be measured because the adrenal gland of the patient is removed. So the most immediate post-operative measurement at this patient client would be the blood pressure. Moving on forward, number 23. A client with the Addison disease has been admitted with a history of nausea and vomiting for the past 3 days. The client is receiving IV glucocorticoids, also known as Solomidrol. Which of the following intervention would be the nurse implement? So, the options are: glucometer reading as ordered, intake output measurements, evaluating the sodium potassium levels, and daily weights. In this client, which of the following intervention would the nurse implement? So the correct answer is glucometer reading as ordered. So why this answer is correct? Let's have a look. IV glucocorticoids raise the glucose level and often requires the coverage with insulin. As the patient is receiving IV glucocorticoids, the measurement of glucose level is very important because we have to cover it with the insulin. Answer B is incorrect. Answer B is not necessary because the sodium potassium level would be monitored when the client is receiving the mineral corticoids, and in this case our client is receiving the glucocorticoids, not mineral corticoids. So the sodium potassium level is not necessary to maintain or to monitor. And the daily weight is unnecessary. The measuring of weight on daily basis is unnecessary in this kind of clients. So therefore B, C, D and D are incorrect. Moving on further, 24. A client had a total thyroidectomy yesterday. The client is complaining of tingling around the mouth and in the fingers and toes. What would the nurse next action be? in this kind of situation, what should the nurse do immediately? So, number A, obtain a crash cart. Number B, check the calcium level. Number C, access the dressing for drainage. And number D, access the blood pressure for hypertension. So, what should the nurse do in the next action? The correct answer is check the calcium level. And why we should have to check the calcium level in this kind of situation? So here is the answer. The parathyroid glands are responsible for the calcium production and can be damaged during the thyroidectomy. The tingling can be due to the low calcium level. So, as we have seen, the patient is complaining of the tingling of mouth, fingers, and toes. The calcium level must have altered. The crash cart would be needed in respiratory distress and but would not be next action to take as our patient is not having any respiratory dysfunction right now. Thus answer A is incorrect. Hypertension occurs in thyroid storms and drainage would occur in hemorrhage. So answer C and D are also incorrect. Moving on further, number 25. A 32-year-old mother of a 3 is brought to the clinic. Her pulse is 52. Her weight gain of 30 pounds in 4 months and the client is wearing 2 sweaters. The client is diagnosed with the hypothyroidism. Which of the following nursing diagnosis is of the highest priority? Check the question properly. The mother has the pulse of 52, weight gain is 30 pounds in last 4 months and wearing 2 sweaters and having hypothyroidism. So, which is the first highest priority nursing diagnosis? Number A, impaired physical mobility related to decreased endurance, hypothermia related to decreased metabolic rate, disturbed through process related to interstitial edema, and number D, decreased cardiac output related to bradycardia. So, which is the correct nursing diagnosis highest priority? So, it is decreased cardiac output related to bradycardia. Let's see its explanation. The decrease in the pulse can affect the cardiac output and lead to shock, which would take the precedence over the other choices. Therefore, answer A, B, and C are incorrect. Our first priority must is to check the cardiac output because it can lead to shock and the death too. So we have to check it in the presence of hypothyroidism and decreased pulse rate. So this is for today. I hope you all understand it. If you like our video, then please like, comment and subscribe to our channel. If you don't have it, subscribe it. Press the bell icon to stay tuned with us. The other parts of this NCLX preparation is given in the link in description. So and go and check it out. Till then, we will see you in next video. Please stay home, stay safe, and thank you once again.